Hey, welcome to the channel, guys. Today we're gonna do an in-depth Battle Beaver PS5 custom controller buying guide. We're just gonna go through it, basically all of it. We're gonna go through all the parts. We're gonna go through the controller and basically what you need, what you don't need. I'm gonna explain everything, so if you need to know anything about building this controller, you're gonna know in whenever you decide to build it yourself, right? Because if you're searching up this video, you obviously want to know what the hell's going on. So let's get right into it. So today we're actually gonna be talking about just the PS5 controller, right? And if you barely open up, you notice that there's two options and you might be a little confused as to why, and let me just explain that. So PS5 performance builder, it's gonna be a stock PS5 controller. It's just gonna be a regular old PS5 controller. Well, it won't be regular, right? It's just gonna look regular. It's gonna look black and white, and you're not gonna be able to change anything like that, but you're gonna be able to add obviously all the improvements. You're gonna add the back buttons in the back, you're gonna add the thumbs extension, all of that. We're gonna get into that. So let's go in like if it was your very first time. We're gonna go with Pro Builder. Obviously that's the one that you could customize fully the appearance or whatnot, because the other one does not have the aesthetics tabs. So we're gonna go into this basically like if I was you, if you just open up the website, and we're just gonna break every single damn thing down, and yeah, let's get into it. So when you first open up, you're gonna notice that there's rear buttons right away. So it's gonna just show you, you're gonna click this picture and it's gonna show you exactly where the buttons are gonna be placed. And depending on how big your hands are, you're gonna want to change this up a little bit to your own preference, right? I had a comment earlier that was basically told me he ordered his Battle Beaver, he got it, and he got busters and low, and they were so close together that they're not really comfortable for him. So that's unfortunate because he got all four buttons, and you don't want to do that, right? You want to have them spread out. Get either standard and low, maybe busters and lower, medium and busters. like, you know, do some type of combination where you could spread out your hands without being too cramped and just press everything, right? So I have standard. I would say like 70-80% of the community has standard because it's really natural, it's really comfortable. But obviously if you have huge ass hands, you're gonna want to get something else. If you have really small hands, you want to try something else. Whatever the case is, everybody's different, and if I were to recommend one, it's gonna definitely be standard. So let me talk about the buttons. If you want to get buttons, obviously they're gonna be just performance wise that you can choose what button you want to press, right? So here you're gonna click on the what side you want, then you're gonna choose a placement, and then you can choose whatever button you want. It could be any of the face buttons, D buttons, anything. This matters to an extent, right? So let's just add random stuff, but let me go into this remap chip. So what a remap chip is basically, it programs your controller to where you could switch this button right here that you're pushing, the assignment, you could change that to whatever you want, right? You reprogram it basically. And if you don't add the remap chip, then whatever you put here, like for example triangle, it's gonna be stuck at triangle. So just keep that in mind. It's gonna add, let's see the difference, ready? $32 difference. So if you have the many ways, but go ahead and get it, because I recommend it really, because you could switch it around. So if you for sure want X and circle, like for sliding, flight canceling, Warzone, whatever the case is, right? If you know you're gonna get those, sometimes I would even recommend it, just because sometimes you might want to switch it, right? Because sometimes it's just not comfortable. For example, I have right now my B button, circle button right here to my left side, and then I have the jumping button to my right side. But before I had them flipped, right? So I had my sliding to the left and jumping to my right, and it just wasn't comfortable. Like I just had to flip them, and it's just preference, right? Just whatever you like. I would recommend it if you have the money for it. If you don't, definitely just get static and just get used to it, deal with it, right? You'll get comfortable with it over time. And yeah, so let me show you the price of these buttons. Ready? So right now it's $82, just standard controller. You add one, it goes up about 16 bucks maybe. So just keep that in mind depending on how many buttons you want to add. I will say that 2 is probably a strong base, because you can press 2 buttons without moving your button away from the analog stick, which is why the buttons are there in the first place, right? So you don't move your finger from the aiming button to press jump, for example, or slide or whatever. And that's if you don't play claw, obviously. And it will be really useful to help with your movement. It just would. If you're playing Warzone, you're playing Call of Duty, you're playing Halo, whatever, Apex, whatever it is you're playing, it's gonna help your movement if you put the movement buttons there. If not, it's gonna help whatever you want. You customize it, right? The world is yours. But I do know that people like adding 3 or 4. Now here's the thing with this, you don't need it, because I would say 2 is strong, but if you have the money for it, if you want to go all out, if you want the best controller, I would recommend all 4. Don't half-ass it, right? Don't go 3, don't just half-ass it. Get all 4. Don't meet me halfway here. Go all 4, because if you're gonna go all out, just go all out. Do it all. Don't try experimenting, because if you get 3, there's gonna be one button, whether it's the reload, whether it's the swapping weapons, there's just gonna be one button that is not gonna be ideal, right? Like, you're just gonna wanna be like, damn, I wish I should have gotten the 4th. So just get the 4th. You can get away with 3. I'm saying don't, but you can get away with 3, because most of the games you don't really need, because they have auto reload. You don't need to be pressing X or square, because they're auto reload. You don't really need that. However, you do need Y. Like, if you have to YY something, if you're playing Halo, you need to YY to cancel reload, for example, or same with COD, whatever the case may be, right? Sometimes you just have to YY. So yeah, there's definitely benefits of it, but I would just say 4. Just go all out, guys. Like, I know it's a lot of money. You add 4, it's what, 134 already, but I would just say go for it. I'm gonna put this to 0 just for now. Oh, actually, there's one thing I forgot. There's like, I have quiet, right? I'm gonna be pressing these on the microphone, and you're gonna tell me if you could hear it, because this is my battle beaver. You could hear it, right? It's not too loud, but since they're quiet, I wonder, like, you could hear it, like, really. I wonder how loud standard is, because I did not get standard. Maybe they're just a lot louder. I mean, I assume so, right? Or else why is the option? But there is, of course, a $5 fee. It is up to you. If you don't care, if you're not recording, if you don't have a microphone, whatever the case may be, you do not need quiet. You really don't. And sometimes you might find the satisfaction of pressing the button and hearing it. You know, a lot of us, you know, we have these clicky keyboards for a reason, because we like the clickiness. So that might be you, who knows. But let's move on, guys. That was way too much time on the buttons. Thumbstick tension, of course, this is the biggest thing that Battle Beaver has to offer that a lot of other custom controller companies don't have to offer. You can go increase, you can go extreme, and a lot of people don't touch this. Some just go increase. The left thumbstick, that's the one where you move, because you don't really need it. It's not too much of an issue. But when it comes to the right side, it's so big, because that's your aiming button. That's your aiming stick, I mean, and it helps you track your shots. Let me just say that. Like, I'm not gonna go too in depth with it, but let me just tell you, it helps you track your shots. If you're playing Halo, you gotta hit a lot of bullets. You're playing Apex, you gotta hit a lot of bullets. You just want to be consistently hitting those bullets, and this helps you track so much, guys. If you don't know what I mean by tracking, is just following where they're going, like leading into them. Like, I can't explain it with words, but I guarantee you it is a big difference. At least I noticed it hugely, and I know some friends and a lot of people just notice it. Every pro player uses it for a reason, right? Pro players use this, and that's a big thing. That's why Battle Beaver is one of the biggest controller companies that are used by pro players, and that is huge. I'm telling you, if you're getting a Battle Beaver, you absolutely need to get this. Now, if it's your first time getting this, maybe go increase, don't go extreme yet. That's completely up to you. I'm using extreme with a control freak, which it recommends it here. So, I mean, if you're a control freak, go ahead. If you don't, maybe just go increased. I did get increased on my left stick too, so it does feel nice. But again, you don't need that. That's what, $13 increase, right? It's probably same as here. Yeah, $13 increase. So to each their own, right? Now, moving on, bumpers and triggers. We're going to talk about these together. So basically, if you guys don't know what it is, it basically makes your triggers and bumpers sound clicky, and it makes them into like a mouse click type of thing. You could read the description if you want. There's obviously another fee to this. It's like $20 difference, $25 difference. Yeah, there's a $25 difference, and I mean, this jacks up your price. So we'll say that the bumpers, which are the top ones over here, I don't know if it's too worth it, because yeah, in the long run it is, but honestly, if you're playing, like, let me show you a comparison about just the bumpers. Like, I'm pressing them, and hopefully it's focused enough for you to see, but the bumper, I mean, you for sure press this faster. You do. Like, if you're spam clicking or whatever the case is, it's gonna be better. But it's not like, for $20 each, I don't know if that would be worth it. That's up to you guys. I'm just explaining to you exactly how it is. I showed you the difference. Now it's up to you whether you want it or not. Now the next one, and of course you could get one. You don't need to get both. You could get one. The next one is huge. Let me show you. By the way, a disclaimer, this is for FPS gamers, because if you're not an FPS gamer, you might need to be able to press this halfway, right? You might need to be able to like rev your engine if you're playing a racing game, like slowly, that type of stuff. But when you switch it, when you add these smart triggers, like, look at this. I really want to emphasize this. Do you see me pressing? I'm pressing it. I'm literally pressing. I'm spamming it now. Like, I'm pressing it. It does not go down whatsoever. It's such a big difference. Like, look, I'm pressing both of them. what, like, guys, you saw it right there. That's all you need to know with these. Of course, again, you don't need to get both, and it jacks the price up probably $10, $13. So that's up to you. These are cheaper, so you know what, if you're an FPS gamer, for sure get these triggers. Let's go on to the rumbles. This ups your price if you don't add them. If you remove them, it takes away like $4, so I recommend removing them, but you can leave them in if you like vibrating. This basically just takes out the vibrating, right? Whether you want it or not, it's $4 difference. I would say remove it because the PS5 controller is kind of bulky, it's kind of heavy itself, so without those, it's kind of a lighter controller and there's no vibration. And if you're a competitive player, you know that most people don't really use vibration. But again, opinionated, that's totally up to you. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm just the messenger, all right? I'm just the messenger. Now, D-pad. This is mainly useful if you're playing maybe like fighting games. I wouldn't get this. I really wouldn't. Maybe if you do press the wrong one occasionally, if you press the D-pad, like, I don't know how this happens really, but I wouldn't get it. I really wouldn't. It's just, how much is it? $20 difference. Save your money, guys. I wouldn't get it. Please let me know in the comment section, by the way. Please let me know if it's 100% worth getting and I'm just complete buffoon. Let me know. Flame me in the comment section, guys, because I really don't know. So that's gonna wrap it up for performance, but we're gonna go into aesthetics. So they have basically just plain colors. They have hydro dips. They have crystals, which are just see-throughs. There's a lot of variety here. Let's just do a quick little setup so I can show you guys what you can customize. And I have a video, by the way, up here. I'll put it right here. It's a top 6, just like, so it's basically the top 6 designs that I came up with that are phenomenal, by the way. They're really great. I'm gonna do one of them here, right? So we're just gonna do this. Let me show you these. Actually, these are kind of important. The shells, you could customize these to grip better. So if you're holding the controller, it helps you grip better. And like I didn't get that, but I ordered these control freak grips, and I mean, they're not crazy. Those are not game changing. These might be game changing, but I just cannot speak of it, me personally at least. So you can get a crystal one in the back too. The trim is basically this area right here, and you can change that up whatever you want. We're gonna go full black just because. The face buttons are basically the ones right here, right? So of course there's a bunch of different colors. Again, crystal ones, the see-throughs. There's just, you could change them just to be a single color. We're gonna go with like a pink theme here, black and pink. I honestly think that's a really cool theme. These are the exact same ones on the D-pad this time. These are the exact same ones on the share buttons and the pause button up here. And the thumbsticks. Now here's another big difference, right? If you are a Xbox player, you could put Xbox thumbsticks. If you're a PlayStation player, you could put stock PS5 thumbsticks. You could put, I really don't know what these are, OEM. Pro sticks, I have these on my controller. Basically, the definition of these, the description at least, is it's some type of merger between Xbox and PlayStation. I love them. I have fun with them. Doomed are obviously the ones that are like freaking round in the top. I just don't know. This is preference. Let me show you the graph right here. This is how they look, right? So obviously you get the interchangeable, which are these 3. If you want to switch them, maybe you want this one for your aiming button because it helps it out, but you can always get a control freak if you need to. Here are the domed ones, the ones that I'm telling you that are like a little circle up top. Yeah, so that's just preference. You could, there's different colors to these, by the way. So for interchangeable, for example, you can't get pink, but for this one you can get pink. So we're gonna throw pink on there. Actually, let's go pro sticks. We're gonna go with the ones I got. Do to both. The thumbstick ring is just this ring out here. You can't see it too obviously, but I mean, you could add one. I might not, so we're not gonna add one. We'll just leave it like that. By the way, every single thing that I'm editing, you could notice the price, it's just going right up. But of course you could customize it how you will. A little hack, I will say a little hack. My controller, as you can see, it has the stock trim, as the stock D-pad, the stock buttons. There's a lot of the stock stuff because I want to save money on customizing. I just want to focus more on the performance tab more than the aesthetics tab because I wanted to waste a certain, like, I had a budget, I guess, that I wanted to aim at. So of course that's what I did. You could customize the bumpers and the triggers, so let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna stick to this pink theme. Looks cool. I'm just showing you guys, right? Touchpad, obviously this one you can get a marking. So what a marking is basically you could put hello, oh, I got you, subscribe right here. You could literally put that right across your D-pad, as you saw earlier. Mine says my name, shout out my name up here, down here. Let's get it, Azuki. You could add whatever you want, right? The only problem with this is it gets a little touchy, right? If the touchpad, if you change it at all, you can't add, you can see the option went away, you can't add the laser engraving. But if you have the stock one, meaning this white one, you could add it. However, I don't know if this is going to change later on, because I've seen pictures on Twitter and they've tweeted out some themselves that basically show them engraved with a different color. But as you can see, mine is just stock and then this little like grayish laser engravement. Whatever, I'm completely satisfied. It went with my controller. It completely went perfectly with it. The color scheme was great. Everything was great. But I mean, again, it's up to you. You could change it to whatever, like always. We're just gonna go with pink. Stick this, like, look at that control. That's fire. You wouldn't want this? Ah, that's fire. Again, I have 5 more designs. This is one of them. Go ahead and check out that video up there, guys. Completely fire designs. Now, beaver tail. Let me talk about the beaver tail. You won't see it even if I put it, but this example right here is going to show what it is. It's basically just like a grippy, it's supposed to be so your finger just hold on to the button in the back. I don't have it on my controller. I would show you. It's supposed to be so your finger doesn't slip off, but I don't have this. I have the standard ones and they don't slip off. You could colorize them, by the way. You could add these. It doesn't show it in the effects. It's just glitched. I know I have them off right now, but even if I'll add them right now just to show you. So I added it, and yeah, it's just buggy. Like, it just doesn't change unless you add beaver tail, maybe. No, it just doesn't change. It's just buggy. But point is, you could colorize them if you want to add them. So yeah, control free grips. These are the ones I'm telling you that I have. However, if you do, this is very important. If you have a soft touch faceplate, basically any of the colored ones that aren't hydro dip or aren't the crystal ones, don't get it because they won't stick on. So I have a crystal one in mine, as you can see right here. This is the crystal purple one, and so mine stuck perfectly fine. But if you do get the soft touch faceplate colors, they're not gonna stick, so don't even bother. Like I said before, obviously tags up the price, it goes up. No matter any of these aesthetically is literally just price for design. It's just everything, every color you change, everything. This money back warranty, I don't think you need it, so just get the one it comes with. Unless you're like a full-on rager, 100% get this. I don't know really what they offer. I don't know what it covers completely, so that's up to you. So let's go with accessories. You can get a controller cable, and that's just a USB-C. So if you have one, then go ahead and use that. If not, just order one. These are free, by the way. You get a sticker and card decal. This is basically the only thing that's free in this whole entire freaking ordering thing. So these are kind of cool. Build time. Right now you can't do anything. You can do something called a battle beaver boost. If you don't know what a battle beaver boost, let me tell you, I have a couple of methods. This is the most popular one. This is the one that's working for a lot of people. I'll put it up here again, and it's just a method because there's only 10 of these that you can order a day in every weekday until I don't know how long. Right now it's just every weekday at 10 a.m. CST. Basically these battle beaver boosts go live and only 10 of them are sold a day. It increases your odds dramatically. You'll get it like in a week. If you order this right now, get the battle beaver boost tomorrow, you're gonna get this in a week. Like, it's so crazy. I ordered this thing and I was in the second day of the battle beaver boost. I got it, and within a week I got it. Basically was one of the first ever to receive a battle beaver PS5 controller because of this boost. And keep in mind, there's so many people that are trying to get this, and there's only 10 available every day, so you got to be on it. That's why there's a method up here for you guys. Go ahead and check that out if you guys really need it. It's worked for plenty of people. Look in the comment section. They can verify that for you guys. And yeah, like, you just right now, as of right now, you're gonna have to wait till maybe February to get them controllers if you don't get the battle beaver boost, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Don't kill the messenger, baby. I'm just letting you guys know how it is. I don't make these damn controllers. I'm not sponsored by them. You know, if you want to sponsor me, battle beaver, hit me up. Give me my code, you know. Anyways, these protection packaging things is, look in the bottom left right here. It's this little case. I have one right here. I'll show you guys. Basically, it comes in this little case, and you could store it in here, and that's how it's gonna come to you. The thing with this is it helps it be more protective, I guess, when it gets to your house. I really think that's just mainly there to kind of scare you into buying it. I mean, it says that it'll be like the most secure, moisture resistant, whatever, right? Now, I will say that this is good for keeping it long term. Like, every day when you're done playing, put it in that, so there's no like dust getting into your thumbsticks, any of that, right? It helps it last longer. It extends the life cycle of this controller. I would get it, but again, it's like $7. If it's your first battle beaver though, I would get it, and just every battle beaver you get after that, if you keep getting them, or whatever custom controller probably fits in that, just put it in there. I would get it for my very first one. And yeah, I mean, you can add a nameplate, by the way, if you do get the case. A nameplate is, I'll show you one up in the screen really quickly. It looks cool. I didn't get mine because, again, money wise, it's like another $7. They look badass, but really at the end of the day, do you really need it? I mean, you could get it wood, you could get it clear plexiglass. I don't know what that is really, but yeah. So this is the build notes. It is what it is, right? You could add whatever you want, add a comment, I don't know, say thank you, like shout out to them, man. They're trying their best to get these controls out there, even though they're really slacking. They're trying. But my intention of this video was just to help a single person out there. If it's just one person that helped, that I made more comfortable wasting this money, because it's a lot of money, guys. It's not a small amount of money. I wanted to make you guys comfortable wasting this money to know what you're getting into. And if I did that today, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I'm irking up to 70 subscribers right now. Obviously 100 subscribers is the goal, guys. Almost there. Help me out with that if I helped you out with this. Love you, each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's been your boy Zuki. Follow me on all socials at Azuki, AZOOQY. And I'll see you guys next time. It's been your boy Zuki, and I'm signing off.